All right, kiddos, super fast review on this. I was noticing some common mistakes. I'm going to show you the difference between these two very similar problems. The first one is 1/3 divided by 5. So we have a unit fraction divided by a whole number. We're going to turn that whole number into a fraction by putting a 1 under it. It doesn't matter where the whole number shows up in the question, you're always going to be doing this. We are going to keep 1/3 the same, so I'm going to copy it exactly. Division, we're going to switch it to multiplication. Then, because we did the opposite of division, we are going to do the opposite of our fraction after that. So 5/1, we're going to flip it to what's called its reciprocal, and we're going to write it as 1/5. So now we just multiply, that's it. 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 5 is 15, and we get 1/15. Now, super similar looking, but I had a lot of kids getting mixed up on the difference. Now I have 5 first. That's a whole number. I'm going to divide it by 1/3, which is a unit fraction. I'm going to take that 5, I'm going to put a 1 under it. So you can see it doesn't matter where it is, we still write it that way. We're going to keep it. So I'm going to write it as 5/1. So whichever comes first, you don't really change anything to it. You just keep it how it is. Again, division is going to turn into multiplication, and then that second fraction gets flipped. The second fraction is always the one that gets flipped, because initially you were supposed to be dividing that fraction, but now you're going to multiply that second fraction. So you have to flip it to keep it matching. Now you can tell the answers will not come out the same on these. 5 times 3 is 15/1. That gives me an answer that's a whole number. So the first example, the answer was 1/15, a unit fraction. The second example, my answer comes out to 15/1, a whole number. These are not the same. So it's really easy to get mixed up if you're flipping the wrong fraction. So again, keep it. The first fraction, you keep the same. Change that division to multiplication, flip that second fraction over. Always keep the first fraction exactly as it is in the problem. Change the division sign to a multiplication sign. And finally, because you are doing the opposite of division by changing it to multiplication, you must flip the second fraction to the opposite as well. I hope that helps you guys out, and we will see how you do on Freckle.